As you can see here, a brief overview of the last year. This last pretty traumatic year for everybody. That's an understatement of the year, I think, but it's been very challenging. Say a little bit about our efforts to support our members through these challenges that they faced. I'm going to spend a little bit of time, not much, but on the ongoing issues that we still face. I'll then talk about some positive developments, and then maybe how did we do? How have we done over this last year? A bunch of mugshots for you to have a look at here of our council. These I want to point this group out because they're the unsung heroes of the HFMA. You're behind the scenes, you never really hear from them very much, but they're there every year, year in, year out, with their own free will, at no cost to the HFMA. This group of people are always there thinking hard about the bigger picture, things that affect our industry. So I'm very grateful to all of them, and they've been extremely supportive to me over the years, so thank you. I'm very pleased to say that we welcomed 15 new member companies in 2020. You can see them listed here, and in fact you can see them here in their with their logos. Some like Walida and Vogel returning back to the HFMA after many years, which was wonderful to see, and we're really pleased to have them back on board. Plus many other new organisations. Welcome to all of them. I would just say here that 15 new members last year was great. Well, we've already inducted 15 new members so far this year. And in fact, another one came in yesterday, so 2 new applications for our next council meeting in July to consider. So interest in membership continues to be high. What that means is that it provides the lifeblood for what we do. And this is our subscription income from our members. And you can see here that we had yet another record year last year. This green bar would be the prediction of subs income for this year, so yet another healthy rise and yet another year of record subs income. Thank you all very much. We send out our bulletins several times a week and introduced a new one at the beginning of this year, as it happens, Research Insider. We're getting much more active on social media now. This is in particular through with LinkedIn and Twitter. In fact, with LinkedIn, we've doubled our number of followers in the last 4 months. This last year has been all about 2 things. In fact, COVID-19, of course, and the after effects of the departure from the EU, so post-transition. And this is something that will be extremely familiar to all of you right now. Why would I say keeping the lights on? Well, because about 6 weeks ago, one of our members wrote to me and said, who's been a member for 25 years, you help keep the lights on and give people a healthy choice. And I thought, well, blimey, that's true. It is. We did manage to keep things. It kind of brought it home to me, the significance of what we achieved. Keeping health food stores open during the pandemic and the lockdowns, I think probably was our single defining achievement of 2020. As I say here, not our only achievement, of course, but probably the most important. And I don't think any organisation can claim to have done more than we did to make that happen. Regular COVID-19 updates, which have stopped now. We must have sent out about 30 of these. This is an example of one of them. We just kept pouring information out at the right time, and I know that this was very much appreciated. 13 years I've been doing this job now. I've never known an intense period of where members, literally hundreds of inquiries from members about how to handle the situation as the transition period ended to the EU. I really am very, very proud of our efforts, all of us. In particular, I would just give a special mention to Burren from our PeerCheck team and to Paul Berriman, our technical advisor, who handled daily countless inquiries. Many of them very similar, but the challenge being they're all slightly different, all very nuanced to the business is concerned. We handled that very well, and the one thing we managed to put out very quickly were our 2 new HFMA guidance notes. One on the movement of goods, which is written by Paul, and one written by Katie on the transition labelling implications. We had that post-transition webinar in November 2020, where somebody from DEFRA and somebody from the Food Safety Authority of Ireland were guests speaking at that, and I know that was extremely well attended and very much appreciated. Of course, there are the ongoing day-to-day issues, and these are some of them. There's a new project that I'm very, very much involved in, which frankly I'm helping to drive. which is a business expert group, formed a subgroup called the Probiotic Working Group, and that group has been meeting almost weekly. And two things are happening. We're preparing a great paper. In fact, our influence has led to the person who's writing that paper is our own scientific advisor, Michelle Sadler, who's on the call here today. She's doing a great job pulling together, it's like herding cats, but pulling together this document, and it's looking really sharp now. And then on top of that, we're going to feed into that document some new research. And this week, I'm going to be commissioning a 14-question piece of new consumer research using 3GEM, which is the company that did our Health Information Survey for us. So I'm handling all of that and coordinating it. That will commission this week. We'll have the results within a week, and then we'll pull the paper together by the end of, well, the idea was to have it done by the end of June, which I think we can do. CBD status is something that I'll just say here that this is going to get very messy from an enforcement perspective. I think you know what's happening with CBD products, but the lists that the FSA was supposed to be publishing that would approve products to remain on the market, and a secondary list that would cover those products not approved yet, but in the process of being so. Well, as of earlier this week, when I checked, there were still only 43 products on that list from 5 companies, and nothing on the secondary list. So, that means that technically there are thousands of products on the market that are illegally on the market, in theory, and therefore enforcement could take action. But how does enforcement take action when it doesn't know who to take enforcement against? So this has all got to be figured out, but this is, as I say, going to get very messy. We've got the titanium dioxide ban. That is a massive concern to a lot of our member companies, and certainly our largest contract packets, for example, like Thomson Capital and Eurocaps and so on, and also some of our largest brands like Robert's brand Vitibiotics and others to them. And we're calling for an 18-month to 3-year transition period for transitioning over to products not using titanium, resolve this. And of course now, just this past week, the same thing is happening for ALA, alpha lipoic acid. It has a negative EFSA opinion. You can just see what's coming down the track, and then what's to come. What are the next 10 things that are going to come? It's going to happen, and this is going to be our battleground for the next 2 years, I would say. So I'm not going to say anything more now. Of course, if anybody wants to know anything more about anything that I'm talking about, you just get in touch with me. I'm very happy to let you know what's going on. You'll see in the mail out tomorrow an update on that ALA problem. That will be one of the items. I wanted to say a little bit about Healthy Does It. This was one of our two key initiatives that the Council agreed to undertake last year, and we launched, as you know, Healthy Does It, this new website, and it's really beginning to get some traction, and we're now featuring the campaigns that I'll talk about in a moment. There's this great search function, so we tell consumers about the products that we produce, not named, of course, no brands, no companies, it's all completely anonymized. And then they can go and look for their nearest health food store, and there's a great search function. If you haven't checked it out, go and check it out, it really works. What I decided to do was conduct a new member survey. We hadn't done one since 2017. And we've just completed a new member survey, and I just thought you might like to see some of these ones in the circles at the bottom. Strongly agree in agreeing that the HFMA is proactive, 100%. Everyone, 100%. 95.1% saying that we have an important role to play in maintaining industry standards, and there were 92.5% doing a good job in difficult circumstances. They can forget all the other questions, just ask one question, and it's this one. How likely are you to recommend whatever it is? In this case, how likely are you to recommend HFMA membership to a non-member company? And 82 people gave it 9.1 out of 10. Road Communications actually suggested putting ourselves forward for a couple of awards this year in the Association Excellence Awards. And so we decided to do that. So we entered in 2 categories. One was the best lobbying campaign or advancement of a cause during COVID-19. Well, you can imagine what that said. I've been telling you about it this morning. But also the main one, the UK Association of the Year. And I'm delighted to say that we were shortlisted for both of these awards, the sort of organisations that we've been shortlisted alongside. So this is my final slide. And you can see here that we're up against the likes of the Railway Industry Association, Solar Heat Europe organisation, and so on. These are, it's a very diverse group of organisations, and it's just great to see our organisation named amongst all of those. So just to conclude, I really did always hope that we would sort of emerge from this thing in good shape, so that we could move forward with real confidence. And I think a number of things tell us that we can do that, not least the numbers from our Health of the Nation survey. So I'm pretty confident in saying that it's onwards and upwards from here on in, and we'll be there every step of the way. And my colleagues and our team behind the scenes who work so hard on your behalf will just keep doing what we do. Thank you very much.